A safety trade is a type of a trade, like any other type of a trade. And it is also dependent on the peak formation. In other words, we are simply saying that this is our market makers cycling. Remember what I told you? I told you that the safety trade appears only on level 1 and level 2. It does not appear on either areas. It only appears on level 1 and level 2. When I say end, I'm not saying it's going to appear both on level 1 and level 2. I'm simply saying either on level 1 or level 2. If it appears on level 1, it's not going to appear on level 2. If it doesn't appear on level 1, it's going to appear on level 2. That's the difference. So keep that in mind. So a safety trade, we are simply saying that, first of all, there has to be a peak that has been formed. For those who don't know what a peak is or who don't understand what a peak is, don't worry. As we move on with our lessons, if you haven't watched the videos, please go and watch the videos on peak formations. We are going to deal with them on our lessons. We're going to tackle those peak formations, so that at least you get to understand what a peak formation is. But for now, just understand that a peak formation can be an M or a W, or it is the beginning of a trend, just like this right here. That's the end of a trend and the beginning of a new trend, end of a trend and the beginning of a new trend. That's a peak formation, okay? So we are saying when a peak has been formed, right? And then we end the day or the days that the peak has been formed. We are saying after that, we are highly interested. That's the word that I wanted. We are highly interested on what happens the following day. Okay. So on safety trade, we normally say that there has to be a peak, there has to be a peak lock, then the safety trade happens on the next day. So we are saying there has to be a peak. If it's an M or if it's a W, I've just used an M as an example. Then we must see what we call a peak lock. So a peak lock, we are referring to a crossover of EMA 50 and 200. So you can see for yourself that whatever that I'm talking about here is largely dependent on the 15-minute time frame. When I talked about London patterns, I spoke of the 15-minute time frame, and I said London patterns, we are seeing them on the 15-minute time frame. Now I'm talking of the safety trade. Always know that the safety trade happens only on the 15 minutes time frame. Okay. So whatever I'm doing here, we are referring to the 15 minutes time frame. So we are saying now that after the market has closed on this day and has shown us a peak lock, on the following day, we are expecting either London pattern type 1 or type 2 or type 3. So whatever happens, that's what we call a safety trade. So a safety trade is this one that happens after a peak and also after a peak has been formed. Okay, let's quickly go to examples so that we can talk about something that we are okay. I'm just gonna quickly look for a clear example. Please bear with me. I want to look for something that is at least neat, that you can best understand. Something that is neat that you can best understand. Okay. All right. Maybe let me try explain using this. This right here is what we call a peak formation, right? I said if you don't understand what a peak formation is, don't worry, you're going to understand it. This right here is what we call a peak log. So it means on the following day, this was Friday, Monday, on the following day, which is a Tuesday, that is what we are expecting a safety trade. Okay, let me look for another example. Okay, let me change a pair. Look for another example. You know, some of the students they love this this type of trade very much. Like I said, I'm not dwelling much on this type of trade. I just want to explain what this type of trade means. Okay, there is our peak there. All right. Where does our peak log happens? Right there. So when is our safety trade? On this day. You can see for yourself. All right. So we have got 5 EMAs. We have the white EMA, sometimes it can be black. It's called 200. We have the light blue. It's called 50. The EMAs, they're called moving averages, right? That's 50. We have this one right here. It's 800. And we have this yellow one right here. That's 5. We have the red one. And that's 13. I know I'm not going to talk about that rule which says a bigger M on a smaller time frame, a smaller M on a bigger time frame whatsoever. I'm not going to talk about that. It's a topic for another day. But I just wanted to say these are the EMAs that we use. And that is exactly what we call a safety trade. Right. Now, so when we come to entries now, you then need to understand that every type of trade has a certain way in which you enter. Okay. So normally when we talk of safety trades, number one, we have a clause above or below 13 EMA. That's our first method of entry, a clause above or below 13 EMA. Okay. What are we saying? We are saying that if the dealer maybe forms a type 1 London pattern like this, forms the first leg of the W, comes and forms the second leg of the W, a candle that will close above the 13 EMA. When we say close, we really mean closing above the 13 EMA on that 15 minutes time frame. That's where we enter. Already your W will be visible. The most problem or mistake that we make, we want to enter there before we even see the W. You get the point? That's where we normally mess it up. Most of us traders, we want to enter there before we see the complete W. But the complete entry is to enter when you see that your W is now complete, and then you enter a close above the 13 EMA. If the market was going down, right, it means we were then going to enter a close below the 13 EMA. So this is our first method of entry in the market. So what it simply means is that, okay, let me try and zoom here. I need to show you something. Okay. Let's say you wanted to enter this cell right here. And this is your Asian session. Then the dealer broke up, formed the first leg, came down and went up and formed the second leg. Okay, so you wanted to enter. This is the point where you will have entered your cell. And then you take your profits from there up to there, or up to there, because I can see it fell down up until there. All right. So the close below, where is our 13 EMA? This is our 13 EMA, the red one right here. So a close below the 13 EMA. And in most cases, I always say that even the neck of that M or W must also close below the 13 EMA. That's what I love. That neck must also close. If it closes below the 13 EMA, then I know that, yeah, this is a proper kind of a setup. Yes, you can enter there if you want before the market even closes below 13 EMA, but that is if you are experienced and you know exactly what you're doing. But if you know that you are not very much experienced, always wait for the market to close below 13 EMA, because to be honest with you, catching 38 pips is a lot, and let alone catching 63 pips is a lot. It's only that we are greedy so much, but 63 pips with the value of the pair that you'll be trading, trust me, you make a lot of money. You make a lot of money. All right. Okay. What happened here today? Dealer, this is the Asian box. Then he formed a type 3. There is your first leg. There is your second leg. Right? Where is the close below 13 EMA? Right there. That was your entry there. And then you take your trade from here up to there. At least you are entering when you know that your M or W is now complete. You are entering when you know that your M or W is now complete. So that is the first way we can use to enter a safety trade. Okay, that's the first way we can use to enter a safety trade. All right. So we're going to discuss the second way. We're going to discuss the second way of entering a safety trade.